I gotta ask this, and I don't know if I should be asking it, but I'm gonna ask it. Um, is it true that you combined your bonuses to only if you won? Because that was one thing. I don't know if it's myth or legend or what, but like how guys get podium bonuses first, second, third. I always heard that yours was win or nothing.
Yeah, yeah, I can run you guys through like my I can't get into like super detail. I can tell you some stuff, but um, yeah, from 2011 I had a 1 year deal, and I think it was like 40 grand. 2011, my first year. Um, okay year. I think I got fourth in the championship. Actually, my rookie season I ended up fourth, and then the next year, 2012. Um, I was going to get re-signed, and Auntie like looked at me, and like I said, it was like always me and Corey on the bubble because we had um, in 2011 it was Nate Caney, uh, or wait, was that 10? I think it was in 11. So I think 11 we had four riders. I think it was Nate Caney, me, Buttrick, and Charlie, and like they only wanted two riders on the team, and we everybody kind of knew that at the time. Like they only wanted two GNCC guys, two enduro guys on the West Coast. Like KTM team, like the off-road team, was pretty relatively big at the time. So it was like we got four dudes, and they only want two. So you know, I remember in 2012 they kept me and Corey and Charlie still. They could axe Nate. He ended up being the man. But I remember Auntie sitting down, was like, "Are you the guy?" And without even knowing what he meant, I was like, "Yeah, I'm the guy." And he's like, "Are you sure you're the guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm the guy." I was like, "Fuck, what happens if I'm not the guy?" Like, I guess I'm going home. Like, but yeah, um, so another 1 year deal in 2012, and I almost won the championship that year. I got beat by Wibbs in the last race, and I learned not to quit that year. So I never the last race I quit after that was in 2020. My last year racing was the only other race I ever quit after that first race in Florida. What, 10
What
seasons,
happened in that
nine
first
seasons?
race?
I crashed. I hit the ground pretty hard and like minor AC separation, my shoulder
Hmm.
hurting. You know, the typical excuse like, "Oh, I crashed. I hurt my shoulder. It's swollen up," and quit racing. I could have kept riding, but I wasn't feeling it. And I learned my lesson by the end of the year because 6 days later I went and won the next race, so it wasn't hurting that bad, obviously, but hurting bad enough to quit that day. So um,
And then I think that championship came down to what, 4 points?
yeah, yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things. Like if I would have won that championship, that might have been I wouldn't have learned anything from it. So I would because I was in the exact same situation the next year, so I probably would have let Charlie get the better of me the next year because in 2012, like that was a real kick in the dick when I lost in the last race the way I did. Like, so I was like, I remember getting the Ironman in 2013. I was like, this is never going to happen again. Like, there's no way Charlie's beat me today. Like, there's just no freaking way. Like, I'm not losing like that 2 years in a row. So made it happen. How,
Dang.
I don't know. But yeah, in 2013, I signed a 3 year deal, and it really screwed me. I should have never signed that 3 year deal. They got me super cheap, but I made them pay later on down the road. So, um,
So what was bad
but
about that one? Just the money and the term signing 3 years out, not
yeah,
knowing you were about to win 4 titles in a row.
yeah, pretty much. Um, yeah, so I think in 2012 I signed for like in 2012 it was like the same amount of money as 2011, maybe 10 grand more, maybe something like that. Same bonuses. I think it was like at the time right after the recession it was like 5,000, 3,900, something like that. Maybe yeah, something below four, then like 1,500 for third. So it's like, man, I was like, in 2012, I won all these, like, I won six or five or six races or something like that. And I remember looking and like, because I won five or six races and got a few podiums, but I was like, you're not really making any money for second and third. Like, it really is like, it's very little. It's like, what if I take the money that I'd make if I got second or if I would have got third, combine that and just say, hey, give me this amount, this money right here for winning. And I was like, if I win 7 races again, that's like $40,000, $50,000 more than what I would have made for winning those 5 races. If I win only, uh, if I win the same amount of races. And then like I signed that 3-year deal, and I had that win only bonus, which was it was like $8,000 from KTM. That's what I was getting paid to win a race, and but from the series, the contingency from that, and then some other sponsors I had, I was clearing like about 12 grand per win for 3 years. So yeah, and
Plus
I went on,
salary.
yeah, plus salary. But like I said, the salary wasn't great, and I was pumped at first on the salary because I think it was around 80,000 at the time. This was in 13, and it was like if you win a championship, it goes up by 10 or 15% or something like this. But what they put in the fine print is it goes up the 10 or 15% that KTM actually pays you directly, not the team sponsors in there. So this is what really screws you. It's like, what the hell does that even mean? So it's like they'll like wrap in all these gear deals. So what like KTM actually was paying me at the time was like 20 grand or some shit. So it was like I have a salary of 80 grand, but it's not the 10% of the whole salary. It's the 10% of the 20 that KTM pays. So it would go up by like a very marginal percent. I was like, this is BS. Uh, Good old times. But yeah, so that was I got locked. I got myself roped into a 3-year deal, and as we all know, I went winning a lot. And after that, though, we renegotiated, and I signed the longer deal, and I was I did good. I can't complain. Obviously, everybody wishes they could have negotiated in more or something else, but I was able to make a really good living for 10 years doing something I really love to do, and able to use a lot of that money and, like I say, buy assets and things that put myself in the position to be able to do what I'm doing currently. So it's it was a nice head start in life for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Especially seeing you getting all fired up thinking about the good old days and those contracts.
Yeah, I, me and Hollywood, my dad and my stepmom did a bunch of them. Actually, in my last contract, I pretty much negotiated that whole thing by myself. Even the Ranch Russell stuff, like I still, I'm pretty level-headed when it comes to all that, um, and too, like I'm working with good people that I trust, so I know it's not going to be anything in there that's, that I'm gonna really, obviously they threw me for a loop there back in the day on that that percentage on what it was going to go up. Like I didn't read that part, but but now I make sure to iron shit out nowadays.